Today I'm going to take us through an exercise to report on first call resolutions. So we want to look at the data and the design of that using Vivid charts, and then we'll schedule an email for the report to go out. So let's take a quick look at what we're going to be going over. So in the data for this, we're specifically going to look at some metric definitions in the metric instance. Once we get into the design, we're going to create a donut chart for overall success. We've got a horizontal bar chart that we're going to create for the channel distribution and a percent score chart so we can look at the different channel success rates. And then we're going to schedule an email for this report to go out. So let's get started. Let's go back to the editor because I'm in the report right now. Okay, so we're back in the editor. And I'll just show you, I have that slide here and the next slide. Now I've already set up this first kind of score chart just so that I can see how many incidents we have with the first call resolution metric. When we go, let's go look at the data. So when I go into my incident table, some of the things that I'm looking for are the caller. Specifically, we want to look at the channel here. So we got phone and all those are populated. What I don't have is the first call resolution success rate, or if it was successfully resolved on the first call. In order for that to happen, I have a metric definition created, and this is one of the out-of-the-box ones. So if I go to my metric definitions table, you can see that we have this first call resolution definition. Now, this is what's out of the box. I would say that you probably as an organization wanted to determine what this definition is and then go create your own definition for this purpose. But in this case, we're going to use the out of the box one. What happens is when an incident is created, it reads the definition and then it logs it to the metrics table. So this is the metrics table. You can see I have it filtered to the first call resolution. Now, what you notice here is I don't have any of the incident data. So I don't have the channel information here, for example, or the category or any of that information. I simply have the incident ID, which links to it, and then the value if it was resolved on the first call. So in order to get both the incident and the metric information together, I need to create a database view. And out of the box actually has one already created. It's called the Instant Metric Database View. And then what that does is it creates this view. You can see I also have it filtered out by the definition of first call resolution. So now you can see I have 50 metrics with incident information here on this DB view. If you're familiar with SQL, this is kind of a joined table or view of the data of those two tables, the incident and then the metric definition table. Okay, or the metric instant table. So I have 50 here. So when we look at that, we can go now back and start doing some of the design work here to visualize and report on this information. So let's go here. We got 50. So let's go ahead and start off. We want to create a donut chart. Okay, we'll create a donut chart. We say we're using the database view. It's the incident metric. We'll save that. Okay, so we want to group by, and we want to group by value. So you'll see it has a little abbreviation here, MI, to make sure that we know which table it's coming from. I'm going to go ahead and hit center score, so we have that. We'll make it clickable in case I have to look at the data. Let's go ahead and hit save. Okay, so you notice it's not just true or false here. I got a whole lot of values. That's because I didn't filter the table by. We go in here and all we want is the definition, which is first call resolution. Okay, we'll hit save. Now I said true, false. So we'll go into data labels. We'll turn on the labels. We will turn on the percentage because we want to see the percent. Actually, I need that to be a little bit bigger. Right there. We'll give it a title. What do I want to call this? I'll say first call resolution metric, metric, and then we'll say by result. So true or false, was it successful or not? Let's go ahead and change the text color to one of our branded colors. And we'll just leave it at that for now. Maybe center it. Sure, we'll center it. Okay, I want to change the chart colors. What do I want? Let's use vivid charts. Green and gray. Green on fault seems weird, so let's go two color. More, yeah, that works a little bit better. Okay, so now we have first resolution, there's 50. I already have 50 here, and so 50 is the total. So maybe I can just delete this one because it's going to be duplicate information. Let's bring this down here. Make that a little bit bigger. Okay, so now we have unsuccessful and successful first call resolutions, but I also want to know by the channel. So let's go ahead and create a new chart. We're going to do a horizontal bar chart here. Okay, now I want to do the same data source. So instance, let's see. Incident, geez. Okay. And I want to, again, I want to filter this by definition, and we only want first call resolution. Okay, I'm going to group by, in this case, I'm going to group by channel or the contact type here. We'll count it, sort by, let's make it clickable again. Let's go ahead and hit save. Okay, it looks like we got 3 channels with this information. Let's go ahead and style it some. We'll give it a title like we did the other one. So we'll say total counts of the first call resolution metrics by caller. Leave that. Change the color here again to be on brand. We'll leave it at that. Okay, this is at 100. Let's make that 150 so we can do it. And we'll do this one at 150 also. I'm going to change the colors. The colors don't mean anything here, so I'm going to make it a single color. Do you need data labels? I'll just put the values because it's a count, and I want to make it bigger so I can read it. And then we can expand this chart out. Okay. Nice. Okay. So I got that. So now we know how many are successfully being resolved on first call, how many aren't. And then this is just a total count of how many of these 50, if you add these up, I'm assuming it equals 50, but how many of these 50 are in each channel? What I want to know is by each channel, how successful are we? So let's go ahead and add one more chart. And we'll go percentage score. I'm going to do the table. Oops, sorry, we want the database view. We'll say incident metric. Okay, so now I got 2 values here. What I need is, we got definition is first call resolution, and we want the channel. So I'm gonna show you a little secret here, but we're gonna say channel, we'll say phone because that's the top one, and we want this to be successful. So we'll say value, because that's the metric value. We'll say is true. Okay, now this is the numerator. The denominator, we want all the total of them. So if I do this, if I copy that, I'm going to close this. Now I need the denominator for this value. I'm going to go ahead and just paste that in there. You can see that it adds that information, but I actually don't want true. I want them all. So I'm going to say that. We'll count it. We'll make it clickable. We'll hit save. Okay, so I'm gonna move this down here. So we got 73.68%. We'll hit style. Now this was phone, so we'll say phone. I'm gonna put this on top, center it. We'll make it that dark color again. And title. That's fine. Okay. So now I got to do the other values. I got chat and email here. Let me show you a little secret here. So I could go in here. I'm going to save this as a chart template, and we're going to say first call resolution by channel. And I'm going to add this to my base platform, and then I'm going to save it. Okay, we'll save that so we get the support. Okay, so here we go. Now I'm going to go into charts. I'm going to go chart template, and I'm going to hit first resolution, first call. There we go, by channel. We go here. I got that. Let's do, and then let's go into data. We're going to flip this out from phone to email, and we'll go do the same thing. Phone and email. We'll hit save. Change the style. This is email. Okay, now I got chat still. So let's go to charts, chart templates. First call, we'll click that. What that does is it creates a template of the chart that I can use over and over again. The reason why it looks like it's overlaying it is because it actually memorizes the location of it also, so it duplicates it. So we'll go in here, we'll hit chat, but I need to actually go change the data too. So first conditions, we'll change phone to chat. Okay, and then we'll change this one, phone to chat. We'll hit that save. Okay, so now we got kind of a full reporting of the efficiency of our first call resolution, and we break it out by channel. We can see the total number of calls that are coming in and have the channel that they're coming in on. We have phone, chat, and email as the channel. We could see phone is by far our most successful channel. So we could dig into why are we not successfully resolving things on first call with email. We can also see that 38% of all of our calls are being successfully resolved on the first call. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. Now what I need is for this to go out every Monday to a group of people. So I'm going to go up to email notifications. Now we're into the delivery side of this. I can schedule it. I got a couple users, Bella and Bob, that need to get that. I've shared this report with them, which is why they're here. And then I'm going to say, let's send it weekly, and it needs to go out on Monday. And we'll hit save and schedule. Simple as that. Now every Monday, Bella and Bob are going to get this report in their email, and what it will look like. We'll publish it. We'll go to viewer. When they go into the link that they get, it'll come here. Now, if they need to, they'll see the date that the data was last refreshed. If they need to do it, refresh it. If they have the permissions, they can hit refresh. It'll update the data with the most recent information. We'll even see if this updates here in a second. No more incidents that have come in. So hopefully that helps you get started on your first call resolution reporting. Happy to talk to you about any more questions you might have.